we have just arrived at hot spring. So yes, this is our day 2, which will comprise of hot spring and blue water lagoon. That is a combination of the activities which we have taken, and you can also combine it with here, let me just show you. This is the hot spring. You can combine this with elephant trekking as well as some tiger reserve, but we are just opting for 2, that is hot spring and blue water lagoon. And there is no ferry ride, so from the hotel it will be a 1-hour ride with the van, and we just arrived at hot water spring. So there's a 500 meters walk from the entry point until here, so we'll keep you posted. And as per our guide, the hot water spring is a natural hot spring where the temperature ranges from 38 to 40 degrees, and there are lots of minerals and constituents in the water which is actually very good for the skin. So we'll keep you posted on what we see after hot water. And this is our day 2. If you have not seen our day 1, what all things we did at Aonang Beach, please go and have a view. I'll give you the link below. It was fun. We did snorkeling, we did a lot of things. Please stay tuned and see what we do at the day 2 adventure. So finally we are here at the hot spring. Trust me, the water is really around 38 to 40 degrees centigrade. Yeah, it's a really like a nice sauna bath which you can get, natural sauna. So there are these small pits. I'll show you where you can actually, wherever you find your place, just sit and enjoy. And the halt is for about 1 hour over here. From there we are going to go to the Blue Lagoons, for the lake. But meanwhile we just enjoy here. But it's really hot, it's around 40 degrees. So the body takes some time to adapt. So done with a hot spring. It's really hot. And another thing is, we have come, it's April end, so it's already very hot outside. And during this time, if you are getting inside the hot spring, which is 40 plus degrees, which is actually 40 plus degrees, it becomes immense hot. But it is worth experience. If you are coming here, please do visit this, because yeah, it's a natural spring. There are lots and lots of minerals, which is as the boards say over here. And also, if you are coming for 5 to 6 days, have this trip in between, because it will be a relaxing trip, so you'll get a break. If you are having continuous trips across 5-6 days, it will be a good break and refreshing time, so you can replenish your energy and start fresh for the next trips ahead. So now we are just roaming around to see what else can we do, because we still have 35 minutes and you cannot stay inside for more than 10-15 max 20 minutes. So now we are just roaming around to see what we can do. Over here it's a nice greenery. I think it's a proper cordoned and maintained area by the government. There are trees. I don't know why the spring is hot, we need to see, but it's naturally hot. See that side, if you see, that's the hot spring area. Maybe Finally, we are done with the hot water spring, and now we are going to our next stop, which should be the Blue Water Lagoons. I'm not sure what it is exactly, so keep you posted. It's a kind of a trail and trekking. The entire, it's a circular thing. There'll be 3 to 4 spots. So in total, it's around 2 kilometers where you'll see Emerald Pool, you're going to see one waterfall, and the other one is Blue Water Lagoon where you cannot swim. So just stay tuned to see what we are doing at those 3 spots. And yes, after that we have another important thing. Whenever you're booking the trip, I mentioned in my first video as well, make sure to check the cost, whether it includes the national service, national forest park charges or not. The charges itself is 300 to 400 baht depending upon the location. So negotiate along with that and make sure to check. If you have not paid the national service charge, you need to pay at the entrance point. It's at all the places, Phi Phi, and at all the spots over here. So we negotiated along with the charge. We don't have to pay a single amount. We also had a lunch included. So we never brought those lunch. Of course, lunch will be just a decent one. Here, this is the Emerald Pool, our first stop. I won't say first. Yes, it is actually first stop, but in between there are a lot of things for sightseeing, for crystal pool, etc., etc. This is the only place here where you can actually swim. Swimming is allowed. We are done with a swim in Emerald's pool, and from there we are going to Blue Pool, which is 600 meters uphill. Just a word, if you all are coming over here, because the wait time over here is around 2 hours. First, even though the Emerald Pool comes in between, do not swim over there. First go to the Blue Pool, have a good view, come back. While coming back, get into the Emerald Pool, have a good swim, relax, and then go back. Because after having swim in Emerald Pool, it's uphill trek of 600 meters and you'll get tired and sweaty again. And by the time you come back, you won't have time or energy to swim again. So better don't swim at Emerald Pool first. While coming back, then have a swim at Emerald Pool. So this is the blue pool which you can see behind me. It is blue due to some geothermal activities and other things. It's still a hot spring with around 40 to 50 degrees centigrade. You are not allowed to swim over here, probably because it has quicksand, and I think they want to really preserve this untouched, nice blue color thing. I don't know exactly, that's what it says. It's blue color because of geothermal activities. It's really worth viewing it if you're coming here. We are done with the blue pool. It was really good. If you all are coming over here, this site is worth visiting. It's just mesmerizing. So yeah, there were I think 3 to 4 things over here. Emerald pool, you can have a good swim. Blue pool, where you cannot swim, but definitely the view is worth watching. And there are other sightseeings because this is a trail of around 2 kilometers which you'll have to walk through. So there are quite a lot of things. You'll see some small crystal pools and all other things. So it is quite good. And just remember the same thing. While going uphill, do not swim at Emerald Pool. While going down, while going back, after watching Blue Pool, have a swim over there. See you. We are heading back where our lunch is there in just restaurant nearby, because our trip included lunch. So we have lunch. I'll show you how is it, and then that's it. This was a half-day trip. After that, from there we'll be going back to our hotel, and we should reach our hotel by 2:30 p.m. So again, if you're having a 5-6 days trip, this was a good trip to keep in between. So you get because usually all the trips are from 8:30 until evening 3-4 p.m. So you don't get a good break in between. So this trip is relaxing. It will just give you a halt in between before you start for other trips. So after that, yeah, it should be a 1-hour ride back to our hotel. So yeah, stay tuned. Tomorrow we'll be visiting Phi Phi Island, and I think that probably is the most tiring tour, because the Phi Phi Island itself, there are long boats, long tailboat and speedboat, but for Phi Phi Island we only have speedboat, and the Phi Phi Island itself is 2.5 hours from the hotel. So this is, and it will start at 8:30. We will be back by 6 p.m. So this is going to be the most tiring trip. So please schedule your Phi Phi Island trip accordingly, because you'll get exhausted. So okay, see you. Please stay tuned to see what we are going to do at Phi Phi Island, and followed by Phi Phi Island the day afterwards we are going to 7 Island trip. That is a bit different one, and I'll keep you posted to watch planktons and fluorescent lights. So stay tuned, and thanks for watching.